Hello, and welcome, my Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and crosswatchers. Welcome to our timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, Mark Angela Lyons, Mal for short. I'm not bad, they're just my initials. It's spelled that way. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Production since 1998, 25 plus years in service at the time of this timeless recording. I also wrote 2 books. One of them is called Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch. The second one is called Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. There's another book in the workings. There is a Kindle version of Words of Grace. If you would like to preview it for free, there is a link. You can click it and check it out, including the table of contents in that first chunk Kindle lets you see. And you'll see that it's divided primarily into chakra chapters. It's a very chakra-dense reading, so you might find it helpful. But the original version, the PDF that we had to tone down big time for Kindle, as well as Spell Ingredients, is available on patreon.com/drawingthecircle. Best work, career, vocation move I have made to date. You can check out my books and buy them in our digital store without being a subscriber. You can also follow us, getting the public content that I put out, following us without being a subscriber. Some of my subscribers on Patreon actually get both or one, either or of my books, depending on their level of subscription, but all of them get 3 things in common. They get a daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link. We chat with each other about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a prayer, a blessing, a meditation, something to send us on our way. And the best way ever for me to start the day, considering I am moving from Long Island to Saratoga Springs, New York, like in the next week or 2. A lot's been going on. They also get all of the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All the extended readings are all soul contract based. There are a lot of them, juggernauts. Most of them are over an hour. They also get an extensive discount with private sessions for me. In fact, this week, I think I read 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 of my patrons. They got the discount, doesn't matter which level. We also have 7-day free trials for Seeker and Human, our first 2 levels of subscription, but everyone who has free trial stayed at least a month to get the discount with private sessions. We'll talk about that at the end of the video, but I love it. Check it out. Click the menu if you want, and come Patreon on Patreon, because my darlings, I am the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angela Lyons, but just call me Mal, and I'm in a really good mood. I just had my realtor here, getting ready to sell this place, and if you watch from the past videos, you've seen this change so much has been packed. The pod was sent, the pod was filled, and the pod was sent back to the mothership yesterday, so I am very happy to get back to work. So let's get down into the gig. We'll do some explanation for the new Mer family, my beloved Pisceans, my Mer people, Ethel, Merman or otherwise, and then we'll get to the divination. So, if you are new to my channel and new to my work, this is actually a 3 levels of power reading, an archetypal set, symbolic set of lenses through which you can look at something really, really huge and kind of break it down into 3 levels, 3 ways of looking at it. Eau de toilette, cologne, perfume. In this case, we are looking at work, career, and vocation, looking at our life purposes. I am a Pisces moon. I pay attention to the readings. I absolutely do. So that we can fulfill our life purpose, our sacred contracts that we incarnated to do in this life for a more fulfilling life, a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life. That's why I do these. It's the wealthier part, right? It's like, oh great, I'm spiritually enlightened, but I can't pay the bills. This is about bringing all that together, particularly Pisces, as we're aware. And there are chakras involved. I usually have a lot more cards on the table, but we are only doing 10 this time because I'm moving. So we're going to start off with 3 Caroline Myss archetype cards for the dominant archetype pattern, lesson, whatever you want to call it, in the 8th chakra. I learned about the 8th chakra from Myss, Caroline Myss, MYSS PhD. She is a PhD in her book Anatomy of the Spirit. These are her archetype cards, which is a companion to her work Sacred Contracts, which is absolutely life transformative for me for decades now. Like, it never fails to be just right on what I need. And 3 Levels of Power. Actually, there is a video in the description box that you can watch the first part of a lecture of her talking about the 3 Levels of Power. Work-Career-Vocation is just one application. I've done these readings for clients for almost 2 decades, maybe even more. So once we get those down, what's going on in the 8th chakra, we'll look at the next 4 chakras down: the crown, the third eye, the throat, and the heart, with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the internal, the yin-ternal stuff, right? Stuff you share if you want to, but the world behind your eyes. And come here, you. And then we'll get the lower 3 chakras with the Mythic Tarot, looking at ourselves from the outside, maybe us from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things, relationships in the physical world. Mirroring does happen, so we keep that in mind. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra to bring it all together, to heal it, to alchemize, well, because in the archetypes you'll see the shadow to the light, right? I call that lead, that gold. 3 atoms in between that have to be released, transformed, alchemized, but cannot be created or destroyed, you know, laws and all that, so that we can be a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser Piscean collective and cross-watchers, and for in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, because if one of us heals, all of us heal little by little by little. So cross-watchers, you're welcome to absolutely take advantage of this reading to get some insight, some understanding, some sympathy and empathy for us Pisceans, because we're mysteries even into ourselves 9 times out of 10, or I should say 11 times out of 12, 12th house, the collective unconscious. But at least I made a career out of it, right? So let's do this. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I promise I will do anything I can to anyone who is willing to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to do what they came in to do in this lifetime, to make this world a better place. If we can, reach out and touch somebody's hand, unless you don't want to. So the shift from all of that explanation, which I'm glad to do, to shift into the divination, which I was born to do, that shift happens in the still point. Let's go there, please. Take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. And when we a place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved pantheons of the divine, what are the dominant 8th chakra archetypes for the Pisces collective and our cross-watchers in our work? All of these are going to be face down. Whoop. In our work, 1st level of power work. 2nd level of power, what's going on in the 8th chakra of our career? Ooh, you told me to take kickers. That was a kicker, right? This is the one. Got it. Okay. And I think I saw what that one was. And for our vocation, 8th chakra dominant, each level has its own set of chakras dominant. What's going on in our vocation, our spiritual power, our mystical power for this timeless read? We're going to get the next 3 down, Daughters of the Moon, face down as well. We'll do the same with the Mythic Tarot, and then we'll turn them over. All 3 work, all 3 career, and then all 3 vocation. Please take a nice deep breath. My goddesses override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, what's going on? Heart, third eye, crown. In work. What's going on? Heart, third eye, crown, dominance, second level of power, career. And heart, third eye, crown, vocation. Our life calling, our spiritual and mystical power, which is very, very Pisces for this timeless work, career, vocation read. Almost there. I am a Virgo sun sign. I do like symmetry. And Mercury conjunct Venus and Libra might have something to do with that too. All right, Mythic Tarot, masculine energy, yang dynamic, outside in, inside out. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, what's going on? Lower three chakras. In our work, lower three chakra dominant, survival, intuition. What's going on? Lower three chakras in our career, second level of power, and third level of power. What's going on? Root, sacrum, solar plexus in our vocation. Now, these are already in the title. Let's see how brave you are. All right. Ooh, and a major arcana. Okay, so when a major arcana card comes up in a chakra read, the way I do it is it's usually the unity of those chakras in that zone. Otherwise, there's usually an elemental, meaning fire, earth, air, water, clue tip hint as to what that chakra may be. But we're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype card. Got the thief archetype. Now, I've dealt with the thief archetype. I don't really steal, but let me read you this. The shadow attribute and the light attribute, this is lead, this is gold. 3 atoms in between that need to be alchemized, released, but cannot be created or destroyed. So, the thief archetype is, I believe, an action family archetype. The lead is stealing money, creative ideas, affection, or other powers you think you lack. And I think that there's a key to the healing right there, that you just think you lack. Now, I don't do that because I don't want to have to reincarnate in this level of the illusion of separation, not just this planet, anywhere else, like ever again. Nope, 5th dimension or above, or I'm not interested. So the gold we're looking at here sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. And you know what I find that comes from is from experiences in the physical world, the pentacles, but on the inside. We'll see if we get that in the rest of the cards. Earth on the inside is the wisdom that can't be stolen from you. So, shedding light on the potential wealth within you. We all have potential wealth within us. Just how do we make it kinetic? Oh, Hillary, blessed be. 3 of Blades on the inner is not like Rider-Waite Tarot 3 of Swords. Here we have a maiden, a mother, and a crone sitting in the desert, Sphinx in the background, pyramid, focusing. And don't you know that's the key word written here? I would say very third eye. Right, very, very third eye. Like, they're not talking. It's getting to the heart of the matter, which I think is what Pamela Coleman Smith was trying to say with the 3 of Swords. It doesn't really feel like heartbreak for an element of air, a thought thing, although heartbreak is certainly mental as well. And so with that focus on the inner comes the Chariot. Now, this is about taking the light horse of inspiration and the dark horse of motivation and channeling them together. I've been getting this card for myself in private. I check in on myself because the inspiration of this move, the place is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's a half acre of property. We're going to do gardens. I'm getting a hot tub eventually. I'm so psyched. But the motivation of like, okay, I have to pack and wrap magical equipment and drive it up because I'm not going to leave that to movers. It's not fair to them, right? Touch the wrong thing and poof, they've been Cersei'd. So, it's been a lot of that. And in terms of being stolen from, I will be honest with you, that archetype has been active because I am on the aware. It's like, are you cheating me? You trying to steal something from me? But trying to go with those lower 3 chakras, and that's what I recommend. Sure. Get to the heart of the matter because, like I said, and this is before I flipped this card, that you think you lack. but everything is within, blah, 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 right? But it's still the truth, and it's true for everybody. So really pay attention to your lower 3 chakras in terms of your survival intuition, how you pay the bills, right? Not everybody makes their money this way. I don't. I make my money in my career. But certainly that is a big heads up. Pay attention to your lower 3 chakras. If something feels off, it's off. Because the mind could be like all sort of, well, based on the past, not necessarily in the present moment. Let's look in our career. Yeah, I had a feeling. The Addict archetype here. Lovely. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's do this. The Addict archetype is a wild family card. Archetype can show up in any way, shape, or form. This came up for readings that I've done this week, and I'll say it over and over again. Everybody has an addiction, and it's not all about drugs and alcohol, right? You can be addicted to being right. You can be addicted to someone's company. Codependence is a form of addiction. So particularly in your career as a professional witch, I run across addicts all the time because everybody's got one. I know people who are so addicted to being right that when actually proven wrong, they go into biological, physiological withdrawal. Yeah. That's not me. I know that I don't know. I'm willing to be shown. So, the lead compromises integrity and honesty. Never again, right? I don't want to have to come back to this level of the illusion of separation, right? That's personal. Allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. Now, look, I will admit I've got my addictions, but I'm doing the best that I can. We all have them, right? You take away my coffee, oh no. No, the magic and the pain that would be unleashed from this world might trigger some sort of scriptural event. I'm not saying Armageddon, but you never know. It could be a Greek myth playing itself out, knowing me. Maybe a little Ragnarok and roll. The light we're shooting for here helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Not just in of course in yourself, we all have them, but in others. And I got to tell you, for what I do for a living, spiritual counseling as well as tarot, and a lot of times it's the same thing in a session. Certainly that could be the case, and I can pretty much clock an addict when I feel it, right? I don't want to go purely on the third eye. And with the Virgo card on the inside, the Maiden of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles on the inside. Now, obviously, I am a Virgo sun sign, so I'm going to take that one a little personally, particularly the Major Arcana. We'll get there. The Major Arcana card that's coming next. This is 6th house dynamic, even if you don't have any planets in Virgo. Look at what's in your 6th house. A good idea, right? 6th house, health and occupation. Now, I think this plays out really, really clearly on this one. What are you occupied with, and how is it affecting your health? Well, your addictions, right? Your health will determine what you occupy yourself with. So it is mutable earth on the inner. Again, wisdom that you have gained, but also Virgos are the servants of the zodiac, which says to me very much this could be you in service, being aware of addictive patterns. And again, it's a general read. It's going to be, all sorts of different ways for who's ever watching. But I'm telling you, Pisces, we've got Hecate, the moon, lower 3 chakras. The lower 3 chakras will tell us everything we need to do in our career, because our creative intuition is mutable and changeable, like clay, right? Like it's like sand, always shifting, but you can do a lot with sand, right? So, from the outside looking in, we might be absolutely so mysterious and secretive, and, Hecate, I call her the crone of the crossroads with Cerberus. Good boy, good boy, good boy, right? And often does speak of not being able to see. At least with the literal world mind, right? But we're going to have to feel this one out. The guidance is there. I mean, it's a moon card, and Pisces moon, that helps for me, but certainly saying that, yeah, it's cloudy with a chance of mystic meatballs, but you're a Pisces. So watch your addictions. How are you when you don't know what's going to happen next? Because honestly, darlings, no one really does until it happens. We're always jumping timelines here, there, and everywhere faster than ever before in human history. So I like that, right? Addict, Virgo on the inner, Hecate, the moon on the outer. We have a way to feel our way through this. Work. Oh, ooh, well, this might be rather interesting. In our vocation, the goddess archetype. Ooh, I love it. A feminine family archetype, the goddess in the shadow, exploitation of the female nature and form. Now, exploitation means that there's something shady going on there, right? It's like the intention. Archetypes are all about power, but they're also about why you do what you do more than what you do. So the gold, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. Take a nice deep breath. Because it's our work, career, vocation reading, not yours. And with the lovers, Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, cuddling up with a friend in her hopefully see-through nightie, unless they're just going at it there. Major Arcana kind of bring in all of that heart, throat, third eye, crown together in terms of a major life-changing decision. The Lover's card is about how you align the divine feminine of the heart with the divine masculine of the mind, with the throat chakras empowerment, surrendering your will to the divine choices, which have consequences, but decisions, those consequences are life changing, particularly with the Page of Wands. Now, I don't attribute pages necessarily to people, right? And the zodiac and all of that, but I will say a message is either coming from us or to us that maybe, right, spark, right, a message delivered by a messenger. Now, of course, with what we have going on here in the lower three chakras in work and career, it looks like our spiritual power, according to our alignment to make the happiest, the wisest, most loving, empowering decisions we can with that goddess energy. It feels like right up our alley. Then that message might come to us that way in the physical world. And ain't that how it works, right? You're like, all right, I'm going to focus. Nothing can really truly be stolen from inside of me, no matter what happens. All that rises, falls, all that, erodes is renewed around and around and around. And then really, really pay attention. Like keep flip down the archetype of the addict lenses, right? Look at yourself, look at others. And here's how I define a simple version of an addiction. Addiction is a preference that if it is not met, suffering incurs. I got that from the Handbook to Higher Consciousness, Ken Keyes, back in 1987 or something. Never forgot that, right? It's not the full story, but it's a good entry point to keep your eye open for. And if you can endure mystery and follow your gut, not just your gut, your root, your sacrum, and your solar plexus intuition, as I'm apparently crossing my arms over mine, right? We might need to do that. We might need to be like, okay, things are mysterious. I gotta figure this one out and watch how I occupy myself and how it affects my health. Because addictive thinking, yeah. Addictive worry. Every emotion has a biological component in the physiology. So you can get addicted to cortisol, stress hormone, people do, right? Or dopamine, or, pick one. And I'm in it for the endorphins. Postcards from the edge. All right, last card down. The Matt Kahn healing mantra. I love his work so much, so very healing. We're only getting one of these. The Wrath of Khan. He's coming at us with sweater vests and kale smoothies. I love his work. But we'll get this one down. We'll see how it fits. And then we'll put it all together. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra to help us Pisces, collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers fulfill our life purpose, work, career, vocation by alchemizing our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, our toxicity to health, our fear to love, shifting from illusion to truth, to fulfill our life purpose, to become happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser selves, and happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for this timeless Work-Career-Vocation read. Invoking self-realization, each breath confirms how awake I already am. Thank you very much. I do breath work consistently throughout the day, even on days off. Can you imagine Wim Hof breath, rebirthing breath, yogic breath, ha breath, if any of you have done Ho'oponopono? Yeah, Mercury conjunct Venus in Libra, 3rd house. It helps what I do for a living. So I'm going to read it from the bookie book, but this is really it. It's like, because if you don't need to know, then you won't be shown, but if you need to know, you will. So invoking self-realization, right? And that can mean having realizations about yourself as well. Always play with the words and find the original meanings of words. I sometimes find that makes a general reading incredibly specific, particularly the definitions that you find. Hold on, we're almost there. It's alphabetical, illuminating the truth, honoring adversity, inspiring others, integrating the ego, invoking self-realization. Each breath, still point, confirms how awake I already am. Self-realization is a spontaneous remembrance of your interconnection to all that is. Very 12th house collective. Unconscious, there's only one of us here anyway. You are willing to embrace your individuality as a unique expression of source and physical form, which is what we are. By aligning with the breath, you see that while you appear to be a person, it is the universe that breathes everything into existence. And I have had that direct experience by accident several times since using this mantra, because I've been doing all of these mantras since the deck came out in 2018. It's triggered different experiences where the breath is breathing you, you're not breathing the breath, if that makes sense. It's not a new thing to say at all. This mantra is ideal for reducing stress, I'll take that, managing pain, I'll take that too, and relaxing the nervous system, because when the nervous system gets all rammy, right, over-inflamed, stressed, really hard to hear the chakras, like really hard to, and not even this stuff, like this stuff down here, right? Like I got some lower back stuff, I'm moving, I'm very aware of it, I'm a Virgo, right? And, but I've accepted a long time, I know that I do not know, that I'm willing to be shown. I call that the grace of humility, and it's the first and last grace in my book, Words of Grace. So, pluggy plug, plug, plug. We're going to do this together in a blessimation, a combination of a blessing and a summation. And then we will talk about cool stuff. If you want to hang out, and I believe the egress is that way. So, one last time, please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Let us end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. For us Pisces collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, may we be blessed with all that we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to fulfill our life purpose through work, career, vocation. That in our work we shed light on the potential wealth within us that can never be stolen by getting to the heart of the matter in focus, to then harness the energy of inspiration and saddle up that motivation to move forward, probably rapidly in our life, in the physical world. And so that in our career, we can receive the help we need to recognize and confront addictive behavior and process that and maybe be occupied with that for our own healing, bringing healing to it, because there is wisdom within us that cannot be stolen, that comes from experience in the world, most likely dealing with our own addictions and the addictions of others, while Hecate has drawn the veil, but has left for us a silver trail that our lower three chakras contract, and we can't get it wrong if we're willing to be shown. And so that in our vocation we can embrace the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality, and making decisions and choices from that place, aligning the heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Giving or receiving a page of wands, a message, a messenger arrives, perhaps an opportunity, but definitely element of fire, perhaps something what we have yearned for, what we have burned for, what perhaps our hearts have desired, so that we can invoke self-realization, each breath confirming how awake we already are. And may we be blessed with all that we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser self, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, for the well-being of all, with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So motivating. And so it is. That was good. I like that. I'm going to be doing the breath work anyway. Nice to have a little confirmation of a mantra to do it with. And certainly, if you found the reading helpful, if you liked it, even if it made you laugh, hit the thumbs up. Just helps other Pisces and cross-watchers find the reading. Subscribe if you want more. I'm trying to make enough content in advance so I can post at least one thing a day until I'm settled in my new place that has a studio and an office. Doors closed on everything so I can get away from it. I can't right now. It's literally in the center of my dining room. And then, of course, check me out on Patreon. They're getting all sorts of behind-the-scenes stuff from me, as well as the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and the extensive discount, which they've been taking advantage of, particularly those that are local, because I'm moving. But certainly that's available to all of them. You can shop in our store just without even following us. You can just go and shop in our store. But if you follow us, it means you're not a subscriber. But you get all the public content, and you can see what else is there, but you just can't click on it. And certainly 7-day free trials if you like Seeker and Human is an option, and I love that we have that option. And Patreon's given us more stuff to do. It's just I'm like, wait till I get in my new office and we'll get there. And I love it. Check it out. Best work career move I have ever made ever. Well, at least today, the time of this timeless recording. So click the link, check it out. Come Patreon on Patreon. So I am the Archangel of Lions, Markangela Lions. Mer people, mer. Just call me Mal. I'm a Mermal. Oh my God. 55 years old, and I just figured out Mermal. I am the Mermal because there's no business, like whatever. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to book me for a private session, regardless of Patreonic intervention, there is a video in the description box, a YouTube video, booking private sessions with Mal. Explains everything for you that you need to know, even the discount for my patrons, right? Whether we Zoom record it, Facebook Messenger, however we work it out. And certainly I'm still taking clients, obviously, so because my schedule has changed, I can get people in. I just forget what date this is actually being published, but whenever. So we save the very best and the very blessed for last, as we always do, my Pisceans. So thank you so much for watching. Say a little prayer for me. Well, this is years later, it's fine, moot point. But seriously, you can do this. This is lovely. I mean, really, the Addict is the only one. It's like, whoa, what's that about? Just remember, everybody has them, and they're written into the contract before we incarnate. So, you don't have to take it that personally, but it's really hard not to. So, wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed in your work, career, vocation, my mer people. Mer, I love you. Hang in there. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.